Yep, that's me, and you're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation. So let's take it from the top. As you can.
Here's the deal, man. I know you brought me on for this event, and I appreciate that. Hopefully this is a long-lasting thing. This is the first time in the conditions. You've driven in the rain before?
I haven't driven in the rain before. I mean, luckily it's not terrible. But
yeah, I hope it doesn't get any worse.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about our competition today?
I mean, Charles looks good. I mean, he's always a competitive guy, you know. I mean, he's the one to make you in the spot.
Yeah.
I mean, and I also heard Luis is going as well. I've never raced with him. Have you?
Yeah, I've driven. I was up there doing a little test session. Luis happened to be there. He's a good driver. He knows his way around the track. Definitely don't want to spend too much time messing around with him.
All right. I mean, you know, my driving style is really attack, entry, and stuff like that. So
yeah, you definitely have to make quick work of both drivers.
yeah. So I mean, especially with the rain too. I mean, having to change up my driving style is gonna be crazy. I mean, I know your driving style is probably gonna be similar.
Yeah, just got to go out there and make something happen.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you coming along for the journey.
Yeah, I mean, you needed a driver. I thought this is what you meant. But clearly, I'm going to be out on track too, so I'm game for that too, man.
Sweet.
Let's go. Jaber Motorsports to the top.
So, you can tell it's still raining out here, but
It's still wet. They aren't putting rain tires on the karts, and we're going to have to drive in the slicks in the rain. So,
it's going to be a tough, cold night tonight. I think without the rain tires, it's definitely going to be a lot of errors, but
it's going to bring out the best in this.
yeah, we're going to give it our best shot. We're gonna make it happen. So, being the second group out for the lightweights, the track conditions were definitely going to be on my side as the track started to dry out, especially with karts going out more and more on the track. So that was definitely confidence inspiring as we are heading out for a first lap on the pro circuit, in the rain, on the slicks. This is going to be a challenge for sure, but that's what I love, especially these tricky conditions. I really was hoping my iRacing would kick into play here, as we're just going to fast forward our way through our warm-up lap. But yeah, it was definitely a very, very interesting race. They told us in the driver's meeting, you know, the dry tire is what's going to be on, there will be no wet tires. So it was going to be a cold, enduring night, that's for sure. But I will leave you guys on for my first hot lap around the pro circuit in the wet. As you can probably tell, it did not take me long to get comfortable racing in these conditions. Let's just see what I have to say after the race.
God, that was so much fun! Oh. All right, so first quali just finished up. I hit a 111.6 or something like that. Put me P3 in my session. P3 overall in the light class, which is crazy. Ouch. Someone definitely got nailed there, and I think that was Matthew. But yeah, it has been intense, and it is very wet. But yeah, it is not good. It is very, very, very wet.
Well, we ride on board with Mr. Matthew for his Q1 session. As you can see, track is pretty damp for him, as he was the first session in the lightweights to go out. As we climb through turn 3 here, as we head into turn 4 and 5, you see Matthew very complacent on the throttle as he spins it. Oh, totally Lance Strolled it, as he said in post-race, post-quali interview. Just looks like he got light out from underneath him and caused him to spin. As we're gonna fast lap his opener lap right now. Matthew a lot more tentative on the throttle, as you can see by the slamming of the gas pedal on and off, on and off. His conditions were probably a little bit more wet than mine were, and the driving style you can definitely see in the difference between the two of us, that's for sure. But Matthew was definitely a quick guy to compete with. I think if we were both in the late sessions, it would have been competitive. As he flies on for his first hot lap around the circuit in the wet. I'll leave it on for you guys. As for my Q2 session, it can be summed up as this corner right here.
So, quality review. I think I'm gonna be, there's like A main, B main. I think I'm gonna be middle of B. It's hard on these damn wet tires. Not hard for this guy though. What do you do out there?
I said a 102 something or other.
Yeah, and where does that put you?
P1 overall in the A.
Dude's incredible right here. Dude's incredible. Yeah, track's getting drier, track is getting quicker,
Yeah.
but it might be too quick at the wrong time.
Yeah.
But
I know from the previous, from our Q1 sessions to our Q2 sessions, we both dropped around anywhere from
Like-
5 to 8 seconds worth of time in between those two sessions.
yeah, I'm just gonna get quicker out there. First quality out, coming out onto the track for the first time, I spun it. I pulled a stroll. I Lance strolled it.
I Lance strolled it in my
I know.
fast session.
I think I have you on video in the corner over there spinning it, but
Great.
that's a wrap for quality right now, and let's get ready for the races.
Well, as you can see, I'm on the front row. During my Q2 session, I was able to put down a 102.542 that put me on pole by a 10th. As Nathan is going to give us a little bit of a fist bump there, very competitive guy. They're going to line us up on the back straightaway here instead of the normal front straightaway, I think, to hopefully not have as much havoc going on. For my first GP race here, and not racing here in 8 months, the pole felt very good as we're going to head down into our lane right here, getting ready for the green flag, waiting for the green flag as the flag guys right there, as the green is going to come out. We get jumped by Nathan right off the rip as we head down into effectively turn 1 here. Huge gap back, getting pushed into the corner. He runs off a little bit wide. I run off over the curbing as well. As we're going to get jumped by, I think this is going to be Luke, as he jumps right in front of us to take over that second spot. So from first to third into turn 1, this is going great here. Definitely over pushing the cart at some points, but with a 6-lap final, we should be able to at least try to hold position as much as we possibly can as we drift out pretty wide into turn 4 and 5 here. Definitely trying to find the rhythm. As we head down into the S section below, this was definitely my worst set of corners right here. For some apparent reason, I just couldn't get the power down. I probably was just pushing way too hard for the conditions, but I was just trying my best to hold and try to make up time as we're very squirmy up the hill. This whole night, very squirmy up the top of the hill, that's for sure, with not a ton of rear grip. Because you kind of come out on the racing line, even if you try to go middle, there's just rushing water coming down the track. But our first lap has definitely not gone to plan as we're very wide, can't get the front end to turn in at all, as we're going to head into Pocono Corner and smash over the top of the curb. I don't know why I was thinking that the curb was a good idea, because as soon as you were off the curb, you were off power, and so it just doesn't want to turn at all. As we are still keeping up with Luke, that's for sure. He definitely was a fast guy out on track. These guys were lapping about 3 seconds faster than I was, which I don't know how they were going any faster, but the distance for sure is growing. Nathan is officially gone as I just take so much inside curb. Definitely you can see it on the entry speed. I'm able to carry it a lot more, but just out the run out of the top of 3, I just can't get the power down. I don't know whether if that's just because I'm flooring it when I should just be half throttle or 3/4 throttle. I'm just all over the place at this point, especially in these conditions. As we head back into the S section here, down the hill, it's pretty much a on the brake, huck it in and try to keep the cart from going over. In the dry, it's kind of a lift and you can just kind of modulate all the way down, but here it's a lot of off power, on power, and what was happening is you're off the power, the cart goes straight, and then you're back on the power and the rear end comes out on you, and you're just trying to modulate that through the entire corner, not to lose time, as my aggressive driving style isn't really working out for these things at all. I'm definitely getting put under pressure here, not wanting to lose this podium position, that's for sure. A podium on my debut in the GPs would be absolutely fantastic, especially in a race like this. You never know when you're going to have the opportunity again. As I take a quick look behind, definitely getting pressurized here as we are super deep in the, turn 11 I think that would be, down the back straightaway, and able to keep it flat now. The weather had stopped raining. The track was definitely drying as more laps continued, as we wash kind of wide here onto the curbing as well. What I learned further on into the lap is that sometimes that rumble strip there would definitely lose you some time because the wheel is just spinning before you can even get the power down. As we are slipping and sliding, tons of fun out here right now as we head down into the 4 and 5 complex again. Kind of keeping a middle line here. Usually you double apex it, which is kind of the opposite of what I'm doing here. As we head back into the S section, back onto the brakes again, trying to get that front-ended turn. And like I said, it's just super difficult complex for me. I couldn't understand why. Definitely over pushing here. Back up the hill we go, tons of understeer, and we wash out onto the curbing as we're going to get passed for the 3rd place position. That definitely sucked as we were trying to figure out a way. He's definitely washing out very wide on exit the 20, and we're definitely trying to keep him on his toes here, trying to stay as close as we can over the inside curbing, and he's just able to get that run off the top of the hill as we're going to try to keep it close. Definitely not the speed that we need up the hill. I just kept losing speeds on exit as we're going to dive into the penultimate corner here, and we're still quite close behind, but you can see that gap is definitely growing as we head into the final corner here. Just figuring everything out is difficult. Most of these guys probably have never driven in the rain, or if they've driven in the rain, was on the wet tires, so I can't give the excuse of I've never done this before, because probably no one's done this before, as we eat a ton of curbing on the inside there. I don't know why I thought that was a good idea. The gap is closed a little bit as we head to the top of 3. We're still within striking distance, that's for sure, as long as we can try to get him in the brakes. Maybe we can get close enough for our move here as we head into 4 and 5. We're close. Still close. Take a quick look behind, but that exit speed, that's for sure. As we head into the S section, you're going to see how much time I really lose here. He's definitely got the power down better than I have. And as we head into this little final left-hander here, you're going to see that gap grow exponentially here as he's gone at this point. There's no way I'm going to be catching him as we're getting passed down the inside here onto the brakes. The 46 goes for it. I kind of get blocked off in the entry. I was looking for a cutback, but try to follow him through and just wasn't able to complete the move, but definitely ruined my hopes of trying to get the cutback on him. The 46, definitely a fast driver around these parts. I'm pretty sure that's Giovanni. As we are just going to fly over the curb as we're going to get attacked down into the penultimate corner. What can we do? Under the brakes, we're going to keep it side by side here. Looking for the speed. We're going to keep him tight as we hold down the momentum around the outside, trying to squeeze him onto the curbing. Just trying to maximize that exit right there. As we head into the final corner, you're going to see the 20 cart spin around here, and we effectively take back the 4th place as we go into the dirt looking behind us. As we go into turn 1, into turn 2 here, tons of curbing, and we are definitely close to Giovanni here. But what you guys don't see is the red flag has come out. There was a massive contact between the 20 cart and another driver, and unfortunately that ended our race prematurely here. While the racing was good and definitely a ton of fun, unfortunately it had to end under a red flag situation, and I'm glad that everyone is okay after reviewing the footage, but definitely a hard hit involved. To end the day, we ended P4 for us. Matthew will end the race in a P14 and DNF, unfortunately. So not our greatest day, but I think on debut, I think I couldn't have asked for any better. If you would have told me I'm going to finish 4th, I would have been amazed. So massive thank you to Matthew and everyone who competed in the event. Hopefully I can crank out another video before Nationals, and we'll make it happen, everyone. Thank you for watching.